What if the toothpaste you use
Toothpaste is one of those everyday products we barely think about. We grab a tube, squeeze it on the brush,
to keep your mouth clean, to avoid expensive dental problems later. But what if that familiar tube
and assume it's keeping our teeth clean and our breath fresh. But what most people don't know is that many
enamel down little by little. And that is what makes this so dangerous. Because toothpaste is one of those products
popular
people
toothpaste
stop
brands
questioning.
are
If
packed
it
with
is on the
harsh
supermarket
chemicals,
shelf,
artificial
if the brand
colors,
is
cheap
famous,
foaming
if it
agents,
feels strong, and the foam feels intense, most people assume it must be good. But the problem is not you.
and ingredients that can actually harm your enamel, irritate your gums,
Freshness is not the same as protection. Whitening is not the same as healthy teeth. And a premium-looking
or
box
even
does not mean
disrupt
the
your
formula
hormones.
inside is
And because
actually
we
worth
use
putting in your
toothpaste twice a
mouth
day,
twice
every single
So
day,
in this video, I'm going to show you 7 toothpaste brands and types. You should seriously think twice about why so many people still buy them.
these ingredients build up in the body far more than we realize. Behind the shiny packaging and bold promises of whitening,
Because once you see what is really hiding behind some of these labels, you may never look at toothpaste the same way again. And stay with me
fresh
till the
breath,
end.
and extra protection,
one of the
some
worst
toothpastes
offenders
are
on this
quietly
list is a
loaded with
product
problem ingredients like
millions of
sodium
people
lauryl
trust without
sulfate,
question.
triclosan,
The reason why is more disturbing than most people realize. This follows the required opening layers, shock,
titanium dioxide, and artificial dyes. Some formulas are so
direct
abrasive that they can
personalization,
damage
instant
enamel.
reception, clear promise, and open loop with a fast documentary warning tone. Here is the part most people
While
never
others
stop
contain
thinking about.
unnecessary additives
Toothpaste
that
is
can
not a
trigger
product you use
sensitivity,
once in a while. It is a daily exposure product. In most homes, it is used twice a day, every day, year after year.
mouth ulcers, or long-term
changes
irritation.
everything.
So today we're breaking
Because when
down
a
the
product becomes
toothpaste
part
brands
of
you
your
should avoid
automatic
at all
routine, You
costs.
stop inspecting it. You stop asking hard questions. You just assume the shelf already did that work for you.
And
That
it's
is
not just about
exactly why this
cavities,
issue
it's
is
about
bigger than
protecting
it
your
looks.
long-term health. Let's get into the
problem
list.
is not
1.
you.
Crest Complete
The problem
Whitening
is
plus
the
Scope.
industry has trained people to judge toothpaste by the wrong signals. A strong mint burn feels powerful, so people think it must be working.
Crest Complete Whitening
foam
plus
feels like a
Scope
deep
is one of the
clean,
most
so people
heavily
assume more
marketed
foam
toothpaste
means more
options on the
protection.
shelves.
A tube that says whitening extreme fresh or advanced clean sounds scientific. So buyers trust the
The
promise
bright
without
green
looking
packaging,
deeper.
the promise of
But here's
whitening,
what most
and the
people do not
added
realize,
freshness
those
of
signals
Scope
are often
make it look like a
emotional, not
perfect
meaningful.
all-in-one
They are
solution.
marketing shortcuts. They are designed to make you feel something instantly, so you never ask whether the formula is actually gentle.
But behind
balanced,
that pleasant,
or smart
minty
for
blast,
long-term use. And once consumers learn to chase sensation instead of protection, the game is over. The
lies a
loudest
long
product
list of
wins.
ingredients
The
that
most
dental
aggressive
experts
claim.
and health researchers
The
warn
best
against.
branded toothpaste.
First, let's talk about sodium
But that does
lauryl
not mean your
sulfate,
teeth win.
SLS.
And this is where things start getting more serious. Because once you understand what actually separates a good toothpaste from a bad one,
One of the
you
biggest
begin to see
problems in
just
this
how many
formula.
popular
SLS
products
is
are
a
failing
harsh
to test.
foaming agent added to
So,
create that
what
satisfying
actually
lather.
makes one toothpaste smart for daily use and another one a bad long-term bet? The first thing to understand is that not
But it
all
can
clean
irritate
is
the
good
soft
clean.
tissues inside your mouth.
Toothpaste
Many
can make
people
your
who
mouth
use
feel icy,
SLS-based
sharp, and
toothpaste
polished.
experience
Still be the
frequent
wrong
mouth
choice for daily
ulcers,
brushing.
sensitivity, and gum
That is
irritation.
because sensation is not the same as protection. Foam is not the same as effectiveness. And that bright, smooth feeling after brushing
Without
does not
even
automatically
realizing
mean
that
your
their
teeth are being
toothpaste is the
treated
cause.
gently.
For
One of
people
the
with
biggest
sensitive
warning
mouths,
signs is
this ingredient
abrasiveness.
alone is
A lot of people hear the word whitening and assume it means healthier teeth. But in many cases, whitening just means the formula is focused on
reason
scrubbing
enough to
away
avoid
surface
Crest
stains.
Complete.
And here's
Next,
part
the
that
whitening
matters,
formula
that
includes
scrubbing is too
hydrated
aggressive.
silica.
Especially over time, you may end up trading temporary brightness for more sensitivity,
which
more
is
irritation,
extremely
and a mouth
abrasive.
that never
While it
feels
can
fully
remove
comfortable.
surface stains, it also wears down
That's why
enamel
the
over
real
time.
question is not,
Enamel does not grow
does this
back, so
toothpaste
once
make
it
my
starts
teeth
thinning,
look
teeth
whiter
become
fast?
permanently sensitive. Using
The real
abrasive
question is,
toothpaste
can I use
daily
this twice a day
accelerates
for
enamel
months without
erosion.
paying for it later? And that is where many people get trapped. Another red flag is when a toothpaste relies too much on sensory
Making your teeth more vulnerable to
Strong
cavities and pain.
heavy burn, thick foam, extreme clean, deep action.
Then there are the artificial dyes,
These
including
phrases
the
are powerful
controversial
because they
Blue
create
One Lake, which is
emotional
added
reaction.
purely for color appeal.
But the problem
Artificial
is that they
dyes
train
have
you
no
to trust
dental
what feels
benefit
dramatic instead of what works steadily.
and are linked
Is
to
that
allergic
toothpaste
reactions,
is usually
hyperactivity
much
in
less
children.
exciting than a bad one. A better formula is usually balanced. It focuses on cavity protection,
and skin irritation for sensitive individuals. In a product used twice a day, these unnecessary additives
It does not need to act like a bleaching product to be effective. And if you already deal with sensitivity, gum irritation, or enamel concerns, pushing harsh whitening formulas even harder is often exactly the wrong move.
don't belong anywhere near your mouth. Crest. Complete whitening plus scope also includes flavor, a vague term that can legally hide dozens of synthetic chemicals.
Look for formulas that fit your real needs, not your fantasy result. And be skeptical of anything that promises dramatic cosmetic change, while
Many of
saying
which
very
are
little
not
about
disclosed to
daily oral
consumers.
health.
And of course,
Because
there's
once
the
you start
signature
using that
scope
filter,
freshness,
a lot of popular products begin to look very different. And now that you know what actually matters, let's look at the toothpaste that
which
failed
comes
these
from
test
alcohol-based ingredients that can dry out your mouth. A dry mouth may smell fresh for the
This
moment,
is one of the easiest products to trust because it looks modern, clean, and aggressively detoxifying. A lot of people
but
assume that if a
long-term
toothpaste
dryness
contains
actually
charcoal,
increases
it must be
bacteria
fully
growth,
stained
leading to
and
worse
purities out
breath
more
over
effectively
time.
than a regular formula. But the real issue is that many of these products sell drama before they sell balance.
Finally,
They are
this
built around
toothpaste
the
uses
image of visible
titanium
whitening,
dioxide,
not always
a
the
whitening
reality of
pigment
safe
recently
daily use. What no one tells you is that the more a product leans on scrubbing and visual transformation, the more careful you should be.
scrutinized for its potential risks when absorbed in the mouth. Some countries have already banned it from food products due to safety concerns.
And long-term gentleness a lower priority. My advice: do not make charcoal your default daily toothpaste unless the formula clearly prioritizes protection, not trend-driven theater. But this is only the beginning.
While
The
its
next one is
absorption level in
extreme white
toothpaste is debated,
marketed
many
around
experts
fast
agree that
cosmetic
daily
results.
exposure is
Do you
unnecessary
know
and
why these
avoidable.
formulas are so persuasive? Because they promise something people can picture immediately. Whiter teeth. Faster
Overall,
confidence,
Crest Complete Whitening
cleaner
Plus
selfies,
Scope is a
and
product that looks
emotional
good on the
payoff is
outside,
powerful. But the problem is not you. The problem is that these products are often sold like beauty shortcuts, not long-term.
but brings a
oral care
long
decisions.
list of red flags on the inside: harsh chemicals, abrasives, synthetic dyes, and drying agents.
What is it asking you to prioritize, and what is it asking you to ignore? The danger is not just the formula itself.
If you want healthy
It is the
teeth and gums
mindset it
long-term,
creates.
this is one
People start
toothpaste that
brushing
should
for
stay off your
appearance,
bathroom
not
counter.
protection. They keep pushing intensity even when their teeth feel more sensitive. And they assume discomfort means progress. My
2.
advice is
Colgate
that
Max
toothpaste
Fresh
sounds
with
more like a
cooling
cosmetic
crystals.
ad than a daily
Colgate
care
Max Fresh
product.
with cooling crystals
Treat it
is
with
one of
real
the
suspicion. And if you think that is already misleading, wait until the next category. Cheap budget
flashiest,
toothpaste
most
with
aggressively
heavy foam
marketed
and that
toothpastes
harsh
on the
powder
shelves.
feel
The
is
bright
another one you should
packaging,
watch
the promise of
closely.
icy freshness,
This category wins people over because it feels aggressive in a way that seems effective. Strong mint.
and the glittery cooling crystals inside the gel make it look fun,
Aftertaste
powerful,
that makes
and
you think
refreshing.
Something serious just happened. But that is exactly how the trap works. Many buyers mistake intensity for quality.
But if you look
They
past
think
the
a
shiny
toothpaste has to
appearance,
sting flood the mouth with foam, or leave a burning chill behind to prove it did its job. What no one tells you is that sensory
this
overload
toothpaste
becomes
is loaded with
substitute for
ingredients
real
that can do
formula
far more harm than good over
You are not buying evidence. You are buying a performance. And over time, that can push people toward toothpaste that feels strong,
time.
but are
The
simply
biggest
less
issue lies in
balanced
those
for daily
cooling
use. My
crystals.
advice: never let foam burn or aggressive freshness be the reason you trust a toothpaste. Those signals are emotional.
They're not natural,
necessarily
and they're
smart.
not harmless.
But here's where things get even more deceptive. Herbal or natural toothpaste with clean-looking branding.
These
can be
crystals are
just
made
as
from
misleading
synthetic
sometimes.
flavor enhancers, artificial
These
colors,
products
and
often
cooling
sell a
agents
feeling of purity, leaf imagery, soft colors, botanical language, a whole visual world designed to
that
make
create
you
a
think the
strong
formula
minty
must be
blast,
gentler,
but can
cleaner,
seriously
and
irritate
more
the inside
trustworthy
of your
than
mouth.
mainstream alternatives. But the problem is not the idea of natural toothpaste. The problem is when natural positioning.
Many
becomes a
users
shortcut
report
for
burning
credibility.
sensations, gum sensitivity, and dryness
Shoppers
after using
stop
Max
asking
Fresh.
Hard questions the moment the packaging feels wholesome. They assume natural automatically means effective, balanced, and worth the switch.
Signs that the formula
It
is
does
far
not.
too harsh. Another huge
What
red
matters
flag
is not the mood of the tooth. It is whether the product is actually built for real oral care, real daily use, and real protection. My advice: do not let aesthetic purity replace evidence. A toothpaste should earn trust through performance, not just through a cleaner-looking identity. And that still is not the most frustrating part. Next is kids' toothpaste that is treated more like candy than care. This category is dangerous in a quieter way because it hides behind good intentions. Parents want brushing to be easier, Brands know that, so they push sweet flavors, playful appeal, and a low-resistance experience that makes the product feel fun and harmless. But what no one tells you is that when toothpaste starts acting like a treat, it can send the wrong signal to both parents and children. The focus shifts from brushing quality to flavor acceptance, from oral care standards to entertainment value. And once a product is trusted mainly because a child likes the taste, the conversation about real formula quality often disappears. My advice: a child-friendly toothpaste should still feel like oral care first. If the biggest selling point is that it feels like dessert, that should make you stop and think twice. Stay until the end, because the last two are where the illusion becomes even stronger. The sixth category is sensitivity toothpaste with more marketing than real relief logic. This one is especially effective because it targets people who are already worried. If your teeth hurt, if cold drinks bother you, if brushing has become uncomfortable, you are much more likely to believe a product that promises calm and protection. And that is exactly why this category deserves extra scrutiny. Some formulas are sold like near-instant rescue, but the overall product logic may still be weak narrow or overly dependent on branding language. The problem is not that sensitivity toothpaste is bad. The problem is when people stop comparing formulas carefully because the word sensitive makes them feel safe.
Go ahead, squeeze it out.
Then the label becomes the trust signal instead of the formula itself. My advice: if you need sensitivity support, be even more selective, not less. This is not the time to buy based on emotional relief marketing alone. And now we get to one of the most misleading of all. Premium luxury toothpaste that looks sophisticated, clinical, and expensive is often where people overpay the most. This is the category that weaponizes design. Sleek tubes, elegant colors, minimalist packaging, vague professional language that sounds elevated enough to justify the price. And because oral care feels important, many consumers assume more expensive toothpaste must be a smarter investment. But that is where the deception becomes dangerous. Price can create confidence even when the actual daily value is not meaningfully better. What no one tells you is that prestige branding can make people ignore a simple question. Are you paying for better protection? Or are you paying to feel like you bought something better? Those are not the same thing. My advice: never confuse premium presentation with premium oral care. Some of the worst value in the aisle hides inside the most polished package. And that matters because in the next part, I'm going to show you the kinds of toothpaste that are actually worth buying instead. Now, after all that, here is the part most people actually need. What should you buy instead? The first better option is a balanced fluoride toothpaste for everyday protection. This is the kind of product that earns trust by doing the basics well instead of trying to impress you with problems. It is usually more reliable because the focus is not instant transformation, but daily protection routine use and long-term consistency. The main strength here is balance. Not too theatrical, not too aggressive. Just a formula built to protect your teeth without turning brushing into a sensory stunt. This is the best fit for most adults who simply want a smart daily default. In other words, if you want something dependable instead of flashy, this is where you start. The second better option is a gentle toothpaste designed for sensitive teeth. This is worth buying because it puts comfort and usability ahead of harsh cosmetic promises. The main advantage is that it respects the reality many people ignore. If your teeth already feel vulnerable, more intensity is usually not the answer. A gentler formula makes more sense because it supports daily brushing without constantly pushing your mouth into discomfort. This is the right pick for people who feel zings from cold drinks, feel irritation after brushing, or know their mouth does not respond well to extreme formulas. If that sounds like you, this is not the time to chase whitening hype. It is the time to protect what is already under stress. The third better option is a simple family toothpaste with no extreme claims and a clean, practical position. This is often the smartest value choice because it avoids the traps that make so many products look exciting, but perform like compromises. Its biggest strength is that it is built to be usable, stable, and easy to trust across a household, not just exciting on a store shelf. It is a great fit for families who want one dependable option without falling for gimmicks, prestige pricing, or trend-heavy branding. And that is the real takeaway here. The best toothpaste is usually not the one screaming the loudest. It is the one quietly doing its job well. Also, before you put another toothpaste in your cart, use this simple checklist. First, stop judging toothpaste by foam sting or strong mint. Those are sensory signals, not proof of better protection. Second, be skeptical of fast whitening promises. If the main selling point is dramatic cosmetic change, you should immediately ask what the formula may be asking you to trade in return. Third, do not let trendy ingredients do all the convincing. Natural charcoal or advanced should never replace real daily care logic. Fourth, if you already have sensitivity, stop treating whitening as the priority. Comfort and protection come first. Fifth, choose toothpaste based on your actual need, not the fantasy results sold on the package. And finally, if a toothpaste makes your mouth feel worse over time, stop forcing it just because the brand is famous. Popular does not always mean smart. And if you think that sounds obvious, the truth is, most people still shop the opposite way. At the end of the day, the biggest mistake most people make is assuming that if a toothpaste is popular, heavily advertised, or expensive, it must be a smart choice. But as you've seen, that is not always true. And when a product goes into your mouth twice a day, every single day, small mistakes add up fast. So the next time you shop for toothpaste, do not buy the loudest promise. Buy the formula that actually makes sense for your teeth. If you found this helpful, leave a comment and tell me which toothpaste you use right now. And if you want a part 2, subscribe and stay with us because there are many more everyday products people trust that deserve a much closer look.